Brick, Craig.
Away! Action's here to save the day. Multiplies got nothing on man. I'm only one step away.
Let's go!
No matter how good teaching can be, each student must take the responsibility for his own education. This statement explains why I believe every classroom should be focused on the learner. A student-centered classroom is one that will nurture the unique characteristics of each individual learner, as well as push students towards communication, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity.
Now, before I move on, I'm going to make sure you know. What happened on the Oregon Trail to people sometimes? To a lot of people, actually. Virginia? What happened to a lot of people on the Oregon Trail?
Indians.
Okay. They died. In this game, family members can die.
Yes.
All right. I'll wait. If that happens, they will not be kicked out of your wagon. They will not stop participating. They will still be in your wagon participating. Okay, but we're going to see at the end of the game how many of our class actually that happened to, okay? Alright, let's see.
As an educator, it is my desire and drive to challenge my students and help them reach their full potential. In order to accomplish this, I know that I will need to provide a safe and nurturing environment that is also welcoming to a diverse population of students. There are 4 elements that I believe are essential in order to establish this kind of environment. The teacher becoming a guide in the classroom.
Who wants to explain one to me?
Okay.
Marshall, explain one to me.
Okay. So, for the large one, to me, was Frisbee blew away from the ocean. That'd be land breeze because the Frisbee blew away, and and when it's sea breeze, it goes to the ocean. The wind goes to the ocean like that, but when it's land breeze, it goes like that. So it pushes it away from the ocean.
Making learning relevant
What
to
does
the
that first
student.
definition say?
Family relations, relating to family relations.
So have any of you guys ever heard of someone being domestic or animals being domestic? It means they live among what?
Family.
The people or families and stuff. So what do you think with that in mind, what do you think that might mean?
There's like peace between people. Yeah, peace between family and friends, or like the country.
Yeah, so that's probably a better option.
Instituting a sense of respect and leadership amongst the students.
Jacob, do you know why we changed it from that to 3 1/4? Or do you need some help? Alright, Ajane, will you come up and explain it? Everyone give Jacob 2 claps. Good job for doing the work.
And implementing differentiation into lessons, activities, assessments, and
Who
more.
had not shared what their second character interaction was? Everybody? Alright, because then you can be the first to share.
Everybody shared.
I'm gonna share this one.
Alright, what did you get?
Nice person.
Okay, what told you that the teacher was a nice person? What did she say? Or do? Remember what it said in the book?
Yep.
Too far. Right here. Yep.
Go home.
What does it say right here? No, you put it down right here. Kindly. Good. So when it says she looked at him kindly, you can tell that she might be a nice person.
In every classroom, I believe that the teacher's role is to become a guide in student learning. The instructor should provide information and sources that students can use to discover new information rather than being the primary source of all that our students learn. Gone are the days of lecturing to a class of learners seated at their desks and taking notes. Students need the opportunity to discover for themselves, practice key skills, and apply the knowledge that they have obtained. Hands-on activities, visuals, and discussion groups, which also appeal to the different types of learners, are key to a student-centered classroom where the learner is driving their own schooling. Allowing students to be in charge of their own learning gives them the time they need to obtain knowledge and retain what they've learned. The teacher, becoming a guide, will grant students the understanding they require to master any skill.
classmates have told me that they want more brain breaks, so I think that after every time we switch for a subject, we should get up and have like a stretch moment. And some things I think we should be able to fix are the gossip and the trash that we leave every day after school, so that Mr. Amir doesn't have to pick up. For the gossip, we should think about what we're going to say and think a few steps ahead to see if it will hurt somebody's feelings later on. And the trash is just as simple as picking up after ourselves.
Who can read my learning target for El Nino, La Nina, and weather maps?
Along with a student-centered classroom comes the need to make learning relevant to every student. The learner should have the opportunity to make what they are learning relate to their own lives, interests, and the world and events happening around them. As the educator, it is my job to create lessons that include activities relevant to students' interests, which will motivate them and stimulate a passion for learning. In a classroom that is focused on the student, allowing the learner to speak up and verbalize what parts of the lesson interested them, what parts are relevant to them, and what parts they really didn't like, will help the teacher revise, edit, and reflect on how they are planning and instructing. When given that opportunity, I have found that students often come up with ideas that are more creative and innovative than I may have ever thought of myself. Having ownership of the curriculum will also motivate the students to work hard in order to master skills and reach their goals.
And then, after we watch a few videos, I have a demonstration that I'm going to show you guys so you can actually see what it would kind of look like in the class, okay? What's the main food that you find at Asian restaurants when you eat Chinese or Japanese? What do you find at all of those places? Sushi. What? Not sushi. It comes on the side of everything. Rice. What does rice grow in? Fields that have what? Water. Okay, good. So here we have Asia. Okay, we have Asia. What's on this side? This is Asia and Australia. What's on the other side? South America. Okay, does anyone know what kind of animals are in South America? Nope, it's a big donkey-like thing.
A dog.
Donkey-like. It starts with an A. Alpaca.
Encouraging students to learn how to become leaders and role models will in turn help them guide others in their schoolwork, allowing the class to become a place where the learners are teaching each other. Showing them how to have respect for themselves, others, and the environment around them will create a classroom environment where students feel safe to express themselves and share their ideas and opinions. I believe that modeling group discussions and class discussions are ways to implement this kind of environment in the classroom. Showing students how to communicate and respond to each other respectfully will nurture a setting where they can speak with one another, leading themselves and their classmates in their own learning. When students learn information from their peers, they are more likely to retain the information than they would if I, as the educator, told them directly.
So if I pull that one out, no water's coming out. Now take your hand off of it.
It's peeing.
Why is it doing that?
Because there's air and pressure going
Inside the top hole and pushing the water down into the bottom.
Lastly, I believe that differentiation is fundamental when creating the perfect student-centered classroom environment. No two students learn in the exact same way, which forces us as educators to change our instruction so that it will accommodate all learners. This can be seen in many different ways in the classroom: giving students assignments at their level, holding small group instruction, providing multiple ways in which an assessment can be turned in, or my personal favorite, the implementation of technology. Technology provides a multitude of ways to differentiate for students. There are millions of websites and resources out there that allow teachers to assign students differentiated work and that allow the learner to showcase what they know in many ways. A differentiated classroom gives students the ability to succeed at the goals they are required to accomplish.
Convection because it's going through the water.
Something about family, but I just told them I just wrote that they were trying to make Matt trying to make him go into the water again.
Okay, so they were trying to help him do what? What were they trying to help him do?
To overcome his fears.
Yeah, good. All right.
Personally, I believe that teaching gives the instructor the opportunity to constantly learn and grow. One of the things I wish to accomplish is instilling the love of learning in my students. I want to show them that I have a passion for learning. I believe that in order for students to be successful, they need to be the force that drives their own learning. Anything that I teach should be relevant to what my students know or are interested in, and my classroom should be a place where students are free to express themselves in a respectful way. Differentiation is key if I want my students to really showcase what they know and what they have learned. As an educator, I will continue to learn along with my students. I will always strive to be the best that I can be for them.
Let's try it again. Ready? Parentheses. Brackets. Braces. Alright? If it's going to help, stand up. Everyone stand up. Everyone stand up. Oh, yes. I want to see your best. Parentheses, brackets, and braces. Ready? And I want to hear you too. Ready? The words are, there's only 3 words. Ready? Set. Go. Parentheses. Brackets. Braces. Well, serious. Oh, it tickles.
That it should not only be girls, but girls and boys. And they shouldn't have 5 minutes because I think that's too much time and it's extra.
Does anyone else have something to add?
Well, I mean, yeah, because if only the girls can get it, but the boys have to like get out of lunch more earlier than the girls. So, but it's not fair for both genders to. I mean, it's not fair for only the girls to have more minutes for lunch than the boys.
Because there might be some boys that also take the amount of time that others.
Yes.
Yeah, and instead of 5, I think it should be 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes.
Are you taking a video?
I think we need that. We need to get one whiteboard.
Alright, how about we get one now, and then
If we need one, we can get another.
and just get a box of bullets, which has 20. So that's good.
We have to have at least 2.
We have to.
If the boys also do it. Okay, I think girls can swim because we're allowed to swim and boys are allowed to swim.
Oh, I what? No. We said that if
What kind of changes would you make to it?
take out the girls part.
So you think everyone should have 5 extra minutes?
No, because it takes off recess time
It takes
for all of
recess.
the genders.
And that's the only time, like, not the
Maybe
only time,
less than
but that's like the time we get to move our body around and get exercise because any other time of the day we're in class doing work. So I think we shouldn't do 5 minutes extra because then it's taking away recess.